Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Norelan or what? Norelan. God damn it! No. Welcome to another episode of This Game by Night. In this scene, we have just finished off a bit of a raid on a local abandoned carnival against the Sabbat involving a certain Chris Hanash and the Shattered. The Shattered, having its own stresses and pushing itself a bit too far than it should, has retrieved the corpse of Chris and retreated back into the city under cover of darkness, heading back into the sewers. Those lovely tunnels near its area, the ones that it knows. It knows the pathways. It knows the way to get through. It's heading back to where it originally stumbled upon Hanash. It doesn't take too long to get the two locations. It's quite patient and it's always so quick on its little feet. Upon getting there, of course, it needs to take care of some important business. It starts hunting and feasting on whatever rats and rodents and blood-filled objects that it can get hold of. Also importantly, it needs to start collecting some objects so it can prop Mr. Chris Hanash up and start posing them and make sure that he is completely presentable to whatever might be walking across these sewers, because it will be completely unseemly for it to be done otherwise. This might take a bit of work. I might be having to improvise with literal sticks I'm digging out from the sewer waters.
So while the Shattered is posing, John has just come from one of his routine flights, and he's still trying to take it easy from the aggravated damage that he took while he was getting the information about the Toreador Gargoyle. So the Shattered, with probably not even needing a perception roll, there's loud thumps and sloshes as John is making it back to his cranny that he stays in.
He's home. Oh, got to get him in the right. Got to get him in the right spot. A little bit of the left. No. The right. The right. What do you think better? Hat or no hat? I didn't bring a hat. You can see this creature in front of this person who's apparently standing, like kind of doing and just muttering to herself. Does that look right? Maybe like this. And you can see this pile of dead rats at its feet as it carries on to its works. It doesn't really pay you much heed just yet.
Who are you?
And with one fell swoop, it goes down with a little bit of bow, almost presenting your friend to you. Ta-da! How does he look? I haven't really seen him in the days.
He looks injured.
Unfortunately, he got a little bit broken on little help. He was very, very nice, very, very helpful. It was a pleasure to meet his acquaintance. I don't know your name, and you're very, very large.
My name's John Granite.
Pleasure to meet you. Should I tell him my name? No. But some of the others, some of my friends, they call me the Shattered.
Yeah, okay. I guess thanks for bringing him back.
Yes. We went hunting together. It was lots of fun.
Yeah, well,
he's kind of broken. Can you put him back together? I don't think I can.
Yeah, I can handle that, I think.
Ooh, can I watch?
No.
I'm going to anyway, you know that.
When you say that, he will go ahead and burn a blood for stamina and one for strength. It's impolite to make demands on someone's health.
I didn't realize this was your home. Um, Sorry, I kind of stumbled upon the area a while ago. I didn't realize you moved in. No one told me.
Yeah, it is.
It's almost like we should have somebody around that keeps track of these things. I might have to go and talk to them sometime.
Seems
Hmm.
reasonable.
Well, I beg your pardon, O master of this area. I hope you don't mind. I might have gotten through a little bit of the supply.
No, that's fine.
Either way, let me just give him his trophies. I'll just put them into his pocket over here. I'm sure he'll be grateful of them in the future. And you can see there's a large pile of one tooth, and two tooth, and three tooth, four tooth, five. There's a lot of teeth going into that pocket. I will see you later. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Yeah. So, John will kind of watch the Shattered leave.
Down the hallways into the darkness. Always light on her feet.
John will then move over and he will give Chris a point of blood.
The Vitae enters his lips, burning hot sensation as it revitalizes Chris's limbs as the Vitae starts working its mysterious magic into his body, healing his wounds just enough to be able to have his eyes snap back. Then he grimaces and grinds his teeth as the stab wounds in his chest begin to flare, and he weakly clutches his side and goes, "Ah! Fuck!"
It seems that you had a run-in of some sort.
Ah! Ah! You could say that. He spends a while to concentrate, holding a hand up to try and quiet John for just a second while he concentrates on his wounds, visualizing the tissue sewing back together, the skin beginning to re-peel and reform, while broken muscles and bones and his cracked ribs start to connect back together before he is whole again. Unfortunately, he hasn't got that much blood, so he can't heal himself to full. So he's still injured, just not crippled or mauled. So he'll go to injured. Ugh. How did I get back here?
The Shattered.
Oh,
So it's time to find a new place in the sewer to stay.
well, in fairness, it came here first. Found me in my bathing suit, thank you very much. Didn't want to give me a spare piece of clothing around. Said he was having some trouble in his place. Said he'd give me a favour if I helped him out and some new clothes. And I thought, well, we're being nice. So I did. Got these clothes. He says, looking at the blood-stained, torn shirt and ripped trousers now. I was like, well, it's good that did. And then we went to the fairground. You know, the one off by 7th, the abandoned place.
Mm-hmm.
There were, John, Mr. Granite, there were like conjoined twins and like hunchbacks and a midget with a chainsaw, and then this thing burst apart and there was a snake coming out of his intestines. It was revolting. There was this insane clown and this unicyclist that just jumped out of the air and, well, shivved me up in mid-air before I can even blink.
Well, in your pocket are a bunch of teeth that he gave you as trophies.
Yay! I can start a collection. What?
Hmm.
What in the hell are those things?
Sabat war creatures.
So they're the things you fight.
Yes.
Oh, he rolls back down, and a little sigh escapes his lips as he tries not to focus on the pain. And then remembering where he is, he goes, "Oh, the sewer."
Yeah. On the plus side, in your current state, you can't get septic, so bonus.
Well, aren't you a bed of roses today?
I'm trying to be helpful to my clan, but it seems like it's going ever deeper into politicking, which I don't do. So,
Oh, bad days all over then. What's up with the NOS?
the prince is flexing his might. We support the prince, so we have to back his flexes.
Doesn't sound good. How is he flexing? In a Sabat-orientated direction, I hope.
Well, he has to flex to assert that he will stay the prince. Because the reason I don't join their little group is because they're always vying for position and jockeying. And so right now he's the man on top, and he has to spend part of his attention divided and making sure he continues to stay the man on top. And right now my attention is divided because I'm helping the Nosferatu, and we're keeping focused his movement. But I also need to kill the Sabat, and I need to figure out what I'm going to do with these Tremere. And I have too many plates going right now, so I just need to pick one and probably kill it.
Sounds like a plan. Well, if I had the option, these things are repulsive and odd. But they're tough fighters. But then, I didn't see half of it. Got knocked out pretty early after the weird creatures fell.
I do like that you took initiative in going and trying to end some, though. It proves that you are not a waste.
He
I
smiled.
would be more enthusiastic right now, but I'm distracted. Go ahead.
He smiles weakly, the blood forming the bond, which Chris is unaware of. He seems, his chest puffs out a little in at least pride that he's been acknowledged by this warrior that's taking him in. Well, much more training, perhaps.
Yes, you need to know something.
Okay.
In order to wake you up, I had to feed you my blood, and when you drink another vampire's blood, you are bonded to them, and you'll begin to love and adore that person. Weakly at first, and nothing that would cause any overt issues, but it does sway your mind. Please don't become in a torpid state again, a state where you can no longer be conscious, because I would need to give you my blood or someone else's blood, so that would leave you liking someone else or becoming more entrenched in me. And I don't want to enslave you, but you can't afford to stay these nights without being able to defend yourself.
I thought I could. Like, I'm no slouch to fight, but those things, I mean, one of them could literally move as fast as lightning. I couldn't even see his moves. The other one just took blows like nothing.
I'm not upset at you. I just want you to understand that me waking you up sways you. And so, if you wish, I can leave you without giving you my blood again. But that leaves you undefended, unable to defend yourself.
Look,
And that's where I'm perplexed.
You he waves his hand dismissively. You had to do what you had to do, and besides, you've got other concerns. And if you've got so many plates on the go, maybe sharing the workload. Hmm?
Yes, maybe.
Like,
I
let me speak to the Nos. Maybe I can help with your relations with the clan. You can actually deal with important things. I'm not sure how quick I'll heal. I'll certainly need to eat.
where
But
you
I
should
don't know the Premier either, so...
what you should do first is perhaps approach Henri and see if he would like to go feeding with you and explain why you're injured. I'm sure it will go some way to impressing him, and you may be able to gain, some respect and then some blood that's much needed.
Okay. Henri?
Henri, yes.
The weird guy with the eye.
Yes.
Ah. I suppose it would be nice to have him not, like, want to kill me.
It's fairly enjoyable. I like it on my end a lot.
Sort of nods, confused. Sure.
But John will put his hand on his shoulder again. I have been distracted, but I want you to understand. You've done very well this evening. The Shattered was impressed with you. I obviously wasn't there, so I don't know. But if the teeth are any indication, you acquitted yourself well.
If there's one thing I've learned, take more people and don't follow a Malkavian down the rabbit hole.
Both of those things are very true. He'll give a small smile. And he'll say, I'm going to go find us somewhere else to stay in the sewers. You know how to get a hold of me. If you want to stay here and rest, that's fine. If you want to find Henri, that's also fine. You can find him, and he'll give you an address. He's usually in his shop.
Okay, what shop's that?
It's a cult shop. He's a voodoo mystic.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Are you set on sewers? Because he waves his hand nonchalantly. Because I love what you've done with the place, but maybe somewhere with a bed.
If you wish to go sleep somewhere with the bed, that's more than fine. I enjoy the sewers.
Okay. Whatever you want, then. Ugh. And he goes a bit serious for a moment, and his hysteria sort of calms down. And he goes, "But thanks."
He will just nod, and then he will go kind of tromping down the sewers.
Chris will lean back and take in the sewers, trying to figure out exactly what led him to this particular point. Feels the teeth in his pocket, wonders if it was all worth it. This world, he says, shaking his head. Maybe in 100 years, I'll finally figure it all out. End scene.